Hello and welcome to The Long Drive, the game about driving down a very long road and not being eaten by giant evil rabbits. Except that the game wasn't hard enough, so I added 50 mods to it. One of those adds AI traffic on the road, of which there's currently one stuck at the start of the road. We'll see some later. I've also got the hardcore mod, which means that consumption of everything is higher, along with a few other things to make it more difficult, and I also have the hardcore start mod, which means that instead of having a house full of useful things, all I get is a car with 4 wheels, the radiator is only a third full, and I have 0.3 litres of fuel. Now, because I also have a mod that increases fuel consumption, this is not enough fuel to actually do much with. Along the road there are buildings that we will stop off at to get food and water and fuel and the other things like body panels for my car, which are all missing. But for now I've just got to get the car out of here without using fuel because I don't have enough. So I'll just push the car so that it's going as fast as I can push it, and then we can just jump in and roll slowly, or a traffic car is going to crash into the back of us and overtake. So yeah, there's some traffic. Off it goes, leaving a cloud of black smoke. I'm also not sure why the ground in front of me and around me is flickering colours. One of my mods is doing that. I'll have to fix that. I'll probably have to turn the engine on in order to move because we are slowing down. The hill is not very steep, so we are losing speed. But the 0.3 litres of fuel does not do much, so we may end up stranded and have to get a lift from one of the traffic cars, because the taxis will stop, or we will just be absolutely murdered by a truck. Yeah, now I'm definitely going to have to turn the engine on because I'm stopped. I think I also lost a wheel. Yeah, thanks truck, I managed to lose 3 wheels. So the engine should start, if I press the button. There we go. We can drive slowly. As you can see, the car has no gauges on the dashboard because they're not absolutely required for the car to function. So, we've run out of fuel. I was going to say I don't know how much fuel I have, but I do now know that I have no fuel. The way the game works is that you have the terrain around you, then you have the far distance terrain, which is like lower quality and whatever, and the rocks and trees and things only render when they're close to you, but buildings render far away. So I see a little black dot and I can assume that it's a building of some description. It's not that far, but it is quite far to push the car. And there's a taxi behind us. So I'm just going to get run over by the taxi. Let me get in, thanks. Good job, guys. You crashed into my car. So hopefully there's going to be a car there, because otherwise we'll have a problem. But that thing's terrible anyway, so I don't miss it. Because of the hardcore mod, it affects the traffic vehicles as well, which means that they often end up with overheating issues because they don't have enough water in their radiator. Now, the building is here, and we're just performing a last-minute overtake on a bus. Oh, and the game has thrown another bus at us. Thanks. Yeah, the spawning of buses is a bit broken sometimes. It does just fling things at you. What are we doing? I would like to go that way, please. We are just being attacked by a bus. Yeah, the traffic doesn't really know how to use a bendy bus, and we are currently just trying to kill it. Right, I'll just go and walk, it's not that far. So here we have a bike. I was about to say there's no vehicle here, but it turns out there is. There's also another rabbit, but this time I can just climb over this fence. That's full of useful things. That's full of alcohol. Alcohol is useless. So we're just going to find the rabbit. Throw some alcohol. That did not work. Note, don't throw alcohol at rabbits. However, we can throw 6 bullets. Never mind, I missed. I need those. I'm gonna die to a rabbit. because I have no weapon. There we go. Combat in this game. So stupid. There are plenty of guns, I just don't have any. Why are these all full of diesel? That's just inconvenient, because this bike here is not a diesel, it's a two-stroke and it has nothing in it. So we have gas, oil, gas, gas, gas. Nice! We can run the bike. So we can sleep to pass the night and the thunderstorm. But I have no food and no water, and I am slowly dying of rabbit. Well, I'm healing, I guess, but I will start starving. And if I go to sleep, then I will be even more starving. And that will be bad. So I don't have the opportunity to go to sleep. I just have to go to the night. Now, because this is a two-stroke engine, it needs some oil in the tank. So we just put that in. How much have I got left? 0.1. Yeah, don't worry about that. Now, where is the thing that I need to shut? There we go. Close that. So, does it work? Come on. So if I turn the bike around, can we use the hill to get a bit of a start and help it turn on? There we go. I just have to actually go up the hill. There we go. It took quite a long time for me to get the bike to actually start there. I think 'cause it's so rusty, one of my mods makes things more difficult. And yeah, this red light flashing is really annoying me. I'm gonna have to go through my mod list and work out what's causing it. So we are coming up on a building here, and I think I have fixed the graphical issue. And it's taken us 100 kilometers to get here, because hardcore mod means that buildings are way rarer, and I don't know why this one is in a dip in the ground. I also have never seen this building before, but that's what I get for installing multiple mods to add new buildings. Wow, this building is absolutely full of stuff. There's a pink gun. Wow. Yeah, I don't have any ammo for the pink gun, but it's a pink gun with a giant scope on it. I also now have a light, which is very useful. Why is this room full of TVs? And crates. Let me just open some of these up. The most exciting thing here is this kind of fuel. That one's empty. That one has more fuel. That one's empty. I guess I'll take these with me. It would be nice to have some way of carrying things on the bike. I mean, it'd be nice to not have to use a bike, but I don't have a choice. Ooh, we've also got a nice engine. This is the engine from a Beetle. This is not a two-stroke, so it has an oil tank. I just don't have any oil to put in it. That's rather sad, because it's an upgrade from what I currently have, because I can just sort of cram that into a bike through the power of the long drive, not really caring. Wow, the window just broke incredibly loudly. Ooh, there is a roof. Wow, I say a roof. There's stuff in here. I need some oil, not alcohol water. As much as I want to be able to take this 14.6 litres of gas and this engine, I don't have, like, any storage on the bike. It didn't come with any of the... One thing I can use here is this wheel, or tyre. If I get this tyre, and I put it on this wheel, I can go over to the bike and do some magic things. I'll take this shiny thing as well. Push it over. Take this off. Right, you can just go on this nice shiny wheel, which is slightly shinier than that one. And this terrible wheel at the back, we just get rid of that and replace that wheel with this one, which doesn't quite fit, but the game doesn't care. Now, another option I do have is that over there's a building. It's away from the road wants me to go this way. Well, there's nothing in this game that stops you from just going wherever you want. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on the bike, and we're going to drive on over there and hope that there's some food, because somehow this house had no food. So, I'm still hungry. Hang on a minute. There's a building right here. I don't have to go over to that one. I can just go to this one and hope there's the... No, never mind. I was going to say no, there's no zombies, but there is a zombie standing right there. So, we're going to do some swift dealing with him. Right, let's take this. We can just use the same tactic as we used on the rabbits. There we go. It didn't kill him. Slight problem. He's not dead. I need this. I dropped it. Give me that. Right, where did he go? Okay, that is not heavy enough, apparently. I need something else to throw at this guy. Like a Toblerone. That didn't work, I missed. Some binoculars. There we go. Just keep throwing things at them until they die. So what do we have here? We have the worst bike. However, it does have one of these, and I can take this and go over here, and hopefully it will let me stick that on there. And so now I have a basket, and baskets in this game are kind of magic, and things just kind of stick to them. I also want this wheel. I mean, the wheel itself is just as shiny, but the tyre is far shinier. And I like shiny tyres. And with this box here, I can put this in there. I should also eat that Toblerone. Let's just eat this nice Toblerone. Wow, that is an insane piece of food. It has fully replenished my hunger. I was not expecting it to do that. There's also this, which is some more food. So, obviously, we're going to take this with us. I haven't found any water yet, which may be a problem. Oh, and I've lost the headlight. Where did that go? That's unfortunate. I'm just going to take the one from the battery. It's an absolutely terrible light. Does it? Oh, never mind. It doesn't let me fit it. I was hoping I could jam it in there, but I guess not. We now have no light at all, other than this handheld one. I mean, I could attach this to the bike, or just hold it. So, yeah, now we go back to that other building we were at, and take the better engine. If I can get the bike to run, that is. I just have to, like, use the starter and get it moving a bit before it's willing to actually do anything, and then it's still pretty slow. Yeah, this is as far as the handheld light reaches, which is not ideal. Does this corner count as being in? I don't know. Yes, it does. Even if I knock the bike over, it's still in it. That's pretty useful. Now, I also pretty sure I remember that there was a light in here somewhere, as in a headlight. And yes, I'll just grab one of these and stick this on the bike so that I can at least see. Also, ideally, I would not have a really rusty bike, but I don't have a choice at the moment because I don't have anything to like de-rust it with. There is a brush that you can find that enables you to brush off the rust, but this house hasn't had one, and the other place we went to didn't have one. I've finally got it moving. We've just got to start the engine, and of course, it's now really foggy. Big problem with fog is that it might make me miss a building, because if it's slightly further away from the road, I could easily not see it. The bike is also swaying quite a lot, which is rather uncomfortable. I mean, I didn't exactly plan out this video, but I was expecting that I would get a car and drive that, rather than drive a bike. It has been a while since I've actually used a bike in this game, and here is the lag spike and death that ensues from the game loading in anything. That just kind of happens. On a car, it's not a big problem because it doesn't fall over, but with a bike, it has a moment every time it tries to load something in. But what that does tell me is that there's a building nearby. See a building up there? It's not exactly on the road, but we can go to it anyway. That is if the fog doesn't come back. Yeah, it looks like it's getting foggy again. I don't want to go all the way over there to a house, only for the fog to close in and me to lose the road. So, unfortunately, we're going to have to pass on that. Oh, there's something. I saw the, I can see the sign on top of the building through the fog, so I could just about tell that something was coming up and start braking very slightly earlier, but it did not matter. Oh, it's the shop. I like this one. So, oh, there's 0.2 litres of oil. That's not very useful, to be honest. There is, however, a scrubbing brush, which we can use to brush some of the rust off the bike. There we go, much better. The fuel tank's still rusty, so I'll use this other brush on that. There's only 2 brushes and they're both pretty bad condition. They have left us some sponges as well, so I can make the bike all nice and shiny. Very shiny and red. I didn't know the bike was red. I should probably have prioritised getting the rust off the wheel, because one of the mods does mean that wheel condition is actually kind of important. Now this is the light I want. This is, I'm pretty sure, the light from a bus. The bus has the best headlight because it's bigger. Look at this. We can just sort of stick that on there and it doesn't really fit, but it works anyway. I was hoping there would be some oil, but there's not really any at all. So we'll take this and I'll take the nothings of oil that we've got and just put it in the engine, I guess. Might as well. We can improve tyre condition with a spray bottle, so I might as well. There we go, now it's nice and shiny. Could also repaint the bike and make it black if I wanted. I might make it a bit darker red, shall we? That's a nice colour. Oh, but this little yellow thing that I found on the shelf contains the right ammo for this thing. And now I have a loaded sniper rifle. I mean, it would be rude not to test it out on... Wow, this is sensitive. There's a rabbit all the way over there. Can I hit it? Yes! I can! This thing is insane. I love this. Here we have another building. And the bike's fallen over. I think the problem is that this wheel is so big that the stand doesn't actually reach the floor. Ooh, yes! A barrel of oil. That's exactly what I need. We'll grab that in a second. What have we got in there? Nothing. Even more oil. Even more oil. So I couldn't get any oil, and now I've got all of it at once. And a fish. We have a bike fuel tank full of water. Well, in this case, I'll just drink this. I'm sure it's perfectly hygienic in this rusty fuel tank. Again, I don't really have any storage space. I can't exactly take it with me, unless somewhere in this pile of planks is another storage container, but I can't see one. What I can do now, though, is I can just take this engine, put some oil in it, and struggle back over here. And then this is full of 2-stroke fuel, but that will work in a 4-stroke engine. So I just have to find where the connection point is. There we go. This totally fits. I don't know what you mean. It's not clipping at all. Now I do have fuel here, and there is some fuel in this, but I have more fuel here than I do here, and I would rather take this than this, so I'm just going to ditch this 2-stroke fuel, because I don't particularly want to be running, like, 1% oil. Like, I would rather just make sure I'm running nice, clean fuel. Although I have also just remembered that the fuel tank in here, this one somewhere, where did it go? This one here, with water in it, is a 16.5 litre fuel tank, whereas this one is a, like, what was it, like a 13 litre fuel tank? So I'll pour the water into this, and then I can store this in the basket in the back. Unfortunately, it's not quite big enough. It only gets 5 litres in there, but 5 litres of water is plenty enough for me for the foreseeable future. And this basket is not as big as I thought it was. Wait, no, it's because this is a giant box. One of the mods means there's various sizes of different containers, and what that means is that I'm used to the normal size ones, and you can fit them next to each other, but with these ones you can't. So now I don't need the smaller one, I'll just take the larger one, stick it on there. It slightly clips, but the game doesn't care, and neither do I. There was actually a variety of random foods over here. I should just take these, it would be silly of me not to. For once, I'm actually in a position to be able to sleep the night. So it's getting dark, I'll just go to sleep. I'll probably wake up slightly before it's actually light, but oh well. No, it's kind of light. So then I'll just finish off this fish. Oh, the fish gives me water. That's nice. I just noticed that. I didn't know the mod did that. In which case, I'll jam the fish awkwardly in this basket because I want it. Oh, the fish fell out. How disappointing. Well, I'll just eat it then. With this bigger engine, hopefully we can actually launch it. Come on. like start. There we go. The gears are determined by the vehicle and not by the engine, which means that the engine doesn't actually go any faster in terms of top speed because it's gear limited. We can go into third person mode and look at my amazing posture and uncomfortable arm positions. Oh, we fell over, and we can't style it out and roll back up. So there's some fuel in there, which I will grab. There is more ammo, yes. So I'll just drop the 4 and take the 10 instead, because I can't exactly carry it around, and now I have plenty more ammo. Ah, right with the door, I missed it. There's a couple of these little things of oil. This one can take 4, this one can take 3. Question is, does this fit in here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the smaller one. Apparently it doesn't want to go in there. There we go. Those can both fit at least. And I just have some water I can drink a bit of and leave the rest. And now we can go off again. Come on. There we go. So much easier to start with the Beetle engine than the normal engine. It's also a lot faster. Yeah, it gets up to speed significantly quicker. Something must be messing up hardcore mod, because there should not be buildings anywhere near this close together. Do we have oil? We have 5 litres of oil. Coolant, there is coolant. This radiator is so rusty it will not work. And unless there's a better radiator hiding here somewhere, not much I can do. Wow, some glasses. Let's grab some nice heart-shaped glasses and put them on. Now it's time for the final stage of bike evolution, which requires a shiny wheel. These are all the silly ones. I don't like this style. One of the mods I have adds new styles of wheel rim, and not a big fan of one of them, especially for using a bike. However, it's the only shiny one we have. So we're going to just grab this, and we're going to push the bike over, disable the stand because it's useless. Take that off, and let's see if I can manually stand it up. Yeah, it doesn't want to stay up, and it's going to want to stay up less when I do this. Because that's right, you can stick a truck wheel on a bike, and somehow it kind of works. It looks a bit silly. I could put another truck wheel on the front, but then it handles absolutely terribly. As you can see, the wheel is not even centered. It's entirely off-center, but it works anyway when it's not falling over. So let's just start driving before it completely falls over. As you can see, the acceleration has been ruined again. However, this time we have gained significantly more top speed. You see, in first gear we are now going up to over 100 kilometers an hour. And we can keep shifting. 140, 150, just go into third, you know, 160, 70, 180, 190. Can we hit 200? On a hill like this, we absolutely can. The question is, can we maintain it on a flatter piece of ground? And also, can I not die because this thing is a bit wobbly? Surprisingly enough, with a massive wheel on the back, it is a little bit unstable. But yes, we are maintaining over 200 miles an hour. Yeah, and then that happens. Yeah, there's a reason that you're not supposed to put that on this thing. However, I'm not going to let that stop me, and I'm just going to put this back on. And we're going to keep going, once I find my fuel tank. That's just a wing mirror. And another wing mirror. If I had more storage space, I would have kept the other fuel tank, and then I would have at least had a spare. Oh, it's a UFO. Hello. Can you find my my fuel tank for me? There is a distinct possibility that the fuel tank is not here, and it has phased through the map or something awkward like that. That is the sort of thing that may happen in this game. There's just rocks that look vaguely like a fuel tank, and no actual fuel tank anywhere. But if you would like to see more long drive content, you can tell me that by liking the video or in the comments down below. Yeah, we're just gonna get a bus. Off we go. I'll just catch the bus. Thank you for watching. Don't get distracted. Go subscribe now. And until next time, goodbye.